here to conduct an interview regarding our task in subject technology and teaching and learning. So here is the first question. So what is the importance of ICT in assessing learning?
Okay, ICT has become important in when it comes to the assessment of learners' outputs. So when we say assessment of learners, it could be the assessment of the learners' outputs in general or particular, or assessment of their particular learning task. Now, as we go along in the teaching learning process, we sometimes use ICT in relaying learning tasks, in which the learners can also give back or return their learning task through ICT. So in that way, the use of information communications technology, what ICT stands for, has become useful because you can easily archive and relay those outputs through the electronic medium. So they can send their outputs through messenger, through emails, and then it is easier for the teacher to assess said output because it's already on the electronic medium. So it can also be stored, it can also be preserved. So through ICT, learners' outputs can easily be archived for future uses. So that is significant.
This is the second question. So how can you utilize ICT in teaching and learning process?
Okay, in teaching and learning process, when we say teaching and learning, it's about giving the learners the learning resources that they need, something for them to learn, what they are going to learn, and then how you're going to expound on it. So those are the two important aspects that need to be present in the teaching learning process. So you can use ICT in a very significant way by, first, you can give them the learning resources for them to study on and for them to use as their handouts, while you can also teach them, or you can also expand on those learning resources to clarify those things that need clarifications, that need additional insights and explanations, when the material is already present in them. And then all you have to do, or all that is left for the teacher to do, is to expand or elaborate, okay, on certain aspects that need to be elaborated. So that in that aspect, you're using ICT through, let's say, Google Meet or Messenger video calls. You first give them the learning resources, and then during those Google Meets, through synchronous classes, you can expound the topic that is already laid before them, and they can learn further besides reading the learning resources given to them. So,
here is the last question. What is the significance of utilizing ICT in teaching and learning process?
well, similarly, the significance of ICT in teaching learning nowadays is, well, ICT has been useful in distance learning, distance teaching learning modalities. We use ICT to relay learning, to relay teaching and learning in distant places. When students, like for example, when COVID-19 broke out, there was the mandate of suspending face-to-face classes, the traditional transaction, the traditional arrangement that we have. During those years when traditional face-to-face classes were suspended, we can resort to distance learning, and that's where ICT comes in. Through ICT, you are compensating what was lost. Okay, you're compensating, you're filling the gap that was created by the suspension of face-to-face classes. So through ICT, we can still make up for lost time and lost learning, because we can still relay the learning resources, and the teachers can still, and did still, for example, in my case, I did, utilize Google Meet, so we can still we use ICT to make up for what was lost. So that's the significance of ICT during, especially during emergencies when there is suspension of face-to-face traditional classes. Okay. Thank you.